So, High School Musical follows two high school students who together find a love of performing in musicals. They weren't before, they liked two different completely things, basketball and science, and then together they found out that together they absolutely love to sing. And this movie is my favorite, made for my generation. My generation grew up watching the High School Musicals. I actually got to see High School Musical 3 in cinema, which is my earliest memory of going to the cinema, which is pretty cool. It was High School Musical 3. And this is just, I used to love this franchise. I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch them all the time. So then when Disney Plus came out, and the High School Musical, the series, which Disney Plus only came out last week in Ireland, I was kind of going, will I watch this, will I not? So I put the first episode, and I enjoyed it. I've seen the second episode, and after watching those, I said, you know what, I'm going to sit down and watch the High School Musical movies because it's been so long. I've only seen the first one now, so I'm planning on watching the first one, reviewing the first one, then reviewing the second one, reviewing the third one, and then doing a ranking of all three of them. So I'm a massive fan. Like, talk about this franchise now. I remember going into it the first time I ever watched it, and I had no real interest in it. And my sister was watching. I said I'll sit down and watch it with her, and I really enjoyed the songs. Even to this day, I still really enjoy the songs. Me and my brother and sister, we do listen to this music on a kind of a regular basis recently for some odd reason. But the story itself, especially the first one, I haven't seen this one probably since I was younger, and as well, I haven't really given it much thought. This first one, so as I was watching it, it felt like I was watching it for the first time again because there's been so many story threads that I actually really forgot about. But the two main things, Gabriella and Troy, the chemistry in this movie for the two of them isn't as strong as I remember it being. I remember it being like really spot on, made it feel like I actually kind of, when I was younger, I actually kind of thought they were dating in real life. But the chemistry in this movie, it's not really there. There's a small bit there, but not really an awful amount. It kind of feels like they only got to really know each other on the set, and they didn't really hang out outside the set because it feels very scripted, all their dialogue, which of course it was scripted, but it doesn't feel like any of the kind of the emotion was actually there for them. And as well, other chemistry with other characters. Zac Efron doesn't really have chemistry with really any of them. The guy who plays Chad, him and Zac Efron, they're meant to be best mates, but there's just no real chemistry there, and I really wouldn't feel like they're kind of friends. The only reason you know that they're friends is because the dialogue they have together and the way they're always together. But other than that, the chemistry really is not there for the two of them. And one really great thing about this movie is it's ridiculously dramatic, like it's ridiculously overly dramatic. And I feel like they know they were going for, it feels like they know they were being dramatic and they kind of just went for it and decided to make it even more dramatic. Because there's scenes where it doesn't need to be as dramatic as it actually is, but they just kind of make it so much more ridiculously dramatic, especially with scenes with Troy and his dad. It's ridiculous and it's actually hilarious. There's some like there's no laugh out loud moments in this movie, but there was some moments where I did laugh at points, which is kind of good. The other good stuff, I actually really enjoyed the drama teacher. I knew she was good, but she was a lot better than I actually remember being. She's really wacky as well. I enjoy the characters of Sharpay and Ryan. I more Sharpay. She's really kind of over the top, and Ashley Tisdale plays her really, really well. Her brother Ryan, he's a very forgettable character if you in the grand scheme of things. If you look at him, you got like Zac Efron. Remember, you got Vanessa Hudgens. You remember her. You remember Chad because like he's Troy's best mate. Taylor, she's very forgettable, and Ryan, very forgettable. Like Taylor, she doesn't really do much for the story. The only thing she really does for the story is kind of being a bitch, and in that way, her and Chad are really, really unlikable characters in this movie. You like Chad at the start, never really found a Taylor, and then they kind of do something in the middle of the movie that really kind of sours you on them. And I don't really think they redeemed themselves by the end of the movie because what they did is kind of really bad. They kind of put their happiness above their friends' happiness, and then they kind of just expected it to be kind of forgotten about. And what they did, I just think it's a really dick move, especially Taylor in a way. Chad was just trying to get Troy to say what he wanted to say, and Taylor, even though they were together, it's just in the situations that they were in. Chad wasn't as bad in the situation as Taylor because Taylor literally did the kind of worst thing she possibly could have done to Gabriella, especially because it's not like they were friends for years like Chad was. So I understand what maybe why Troy would forgive Chad, but Taylor or Gabriella kind of accepting Taylor's apology didn't really make sense because they didn't really know each other that well. So I don't get why she kind of was so happy to just agree and be friends with her because what she did was pretty bad out. And in every High School Musical movie, they find a way to break Troy and Gabriella up. And I actually completely forgot that they actually broke up within this movie. Well, not really broke up, but they kind of just stopped talking to each other. Because I knew in the first, or in the second one and the third one, it did happen. But I actually didn't. I actually completely forgot that it happened within this movie. So as I started playing, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot about that. So that's why, not knowing a lot of this movie, like I know the main kind of plot points of 2 and 3, but 1 was so blank for me, I completely forgot about it. So it felt very fresh going back and watching it, just knowing some of the songs. And some of the songs I completely forgot, so as well as like listening to them for the first time. And the songs as well. Songs in this are just great. Like, they're all really good singers. Well, moderately good. None of them are like incredible. None of them are singers now. But for what it is, they're actually decent at singing. But Zac Efron, of course, did not actually sing in this movie. And you can tell like a million miles away he's lip syncing. It seems like at some points he's not even singing the words. He's just kind of opening his mouth, opening, closing it. And it was really weird to see the way he was lip syncing. So he really stood out for me most. The rest of them, like, they're lip syncing, but you couldn't really tell they were. But Zac Efron just stood out to me at such a massive rate. It was just ridiculously obvious that he was lip syncing. And of course, for my generation in particular, this music in the movie it's iconic. It's everyone knows this music. If you play it, everyone know exactly where it comes from. A majority of people at a party would know or would be able to sing along because it's iconic for my generation. And by far the best song in this movie is Breaking Free. I want to do this for every movie, just kind of let you know what my favorite song was within this movie. Going into it, didn't think it was going to be Breaking Free. I thought it was going to be the song at the very start, but then as the movie finished, I'm like, yeah, no, Breaking Free is by far the best. Or even the song at the very end when everyone's singing together. I think it's called We're All in This Together. I think that was going to be bad, but no, Breaking Free is by far the best song within this movie. So, if you've seen High School Musical, which I'm assuming you're seeing I'm assuming you've seen High School Musical if you're watching this review. So let me know your favorite High School Musical movie is, or even, actually no, just let me know your favorite High School Musical song is in the comments down below. And make sure you click the subscribe button so you can come back when I review High School Musical 2 in the next couple of days or so. So if you want to see my review of High School Musical 2, make sure you click that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.